we are back. Back to our idol show fascinations. I always feel strange explaining to people that my favorite type of reality show is like Chinese, Japanese, Korean idol group competition shows because I don't know how to explain it other than like American Idol on like a way bigger scale.
Like, what if you took 100 teenagers and made Next One Direction?
Literally, it's like what happened to One Direction but on purpose.
I'm not a big 1D guy, so I'm
No.
taking your word for their production.
Listen, I'm not either, but I've been told by the people that Simon Cowell just took a bunch of losers and was like, "Hey, you guys would be a really good boy group, just so you know."
Really?
And
I thought they were friends before, and Simon Cowell's like, "You should dump this one because he sucks." And they're like, "No, we're keeping him because we're BFFs."
that is not no. I thought they were all separate contestants on like Britain's Got Talent.
Are you serious?
I literally thought it was like a happy like, "Oh my god, you guys might have lost, but Simon has this vision for you." I feel like I think that because there was this like cartoon back in the day. I don't remember the context of this and it's so unrelated, but it was like Simon Cowell was like a floating head and One Direction was like all superheroes and it was like alluding to the fact that Simon Cowell was the one who like brought them together and he was like, the guy behind the computer for their superhero squad.
This is fucked.
um I don't remember anything else about it. But I'm very excited for this show, Produce 101 Japan the Girls Season 3. Long title.
I wonder. Here's the thing: they haven't made a girl group yet because they made two boy groups in a row. They
Questionable.
made two boy groups in a row, and then like they skipped a girl group, and they're making the girl group now. So I don't know if it's going to have good music or not.
Listen, I think J-pop has a very distinct sound. And first off, I actually don't know if they're going to even go for that sound because there's so much K-pop references on this show. And like I get it, it was originally a Korean show, but
One of the songs, Tiger, is by the boy group that came from this, like one of the two boy groups.
it was a very K-poppy sounding song.
It was kind of K-pop sounding.
Was it a good K-pop sounding song? Well,
You know,
actually maybe I shouldn't be a hater right off the bat. But
I previously tried to watch one of the two boy shows, the one that was during COVID. Um, my favorite contestant immediately got eliminated before the show,
oh no.
and I complained to you about all the hairstyles that were there.
Oh yeah.
And then I left
Wow.
like 3 episodes. Truly some of the worst hairstyles of all time. I was truly expecting worse hairstyles in this show because of how terrible the boy hairstyles were.
No, I feel like the hairstyles in the show are really good. I don't think there's a single hairstyle that I dislike in the show, which is a bold statement, but like maybe some girls' hairstyles could be better, but I don't hate it.
Some of the hairstyles look like haunted house postmortem in the boys one. So,
Anything's better than that.
okay, actually, I do have before we get into other things, I do have a comment about style on this one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It feels like the wave for teenage Japanese girls is grandma core.
Yeah, there's a lot of grandma core. You know what I've also noticed,
Mhm.
and this is kind of grandma core, is they're
Yeah.
kind of bringing back those headbands that you slip on and they're kind of puffy.
Oh, yeah, I get you. Because like the styling from the stages and styling from the PR is different. I'm talking about the PR videos for anyone being like this and seeing the stage and be like, they're wearing jeans. How's that grandma core? First of all, if you saw the like 40 different kinds of puffy lace sleeves that these teenage girls were wearing,
Grandma core never goes out of style.
grandma core never goes out of style. Grandma core big.
You know what? Grandma core is actually like a really good. Grandma core superior than cottage core. Grandma core superior than so many other things.
Yeah. Hmm. My favorite fashion was definitely Momoko's.
Oh yeah. I mean, Momoka, Keiko, Aki, and Say were all
Yes,
kind of
I feel like there someone's fashion who I kind of liked, but not enough to mention is what's her name? She um her name is Yano, I think. She dressed like she was a fisherman.
that's pretty good. And we are still talking about the PR videos, but I
Yes.
mentioned those four just because I feel like they were supremely Barbie core. And you know what? Fishing could still be Barbie core because Barbie can have any job. But
Barbie
I
has
don't
her
know.
job in pink.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I was really admiring, I don't know if it's the movie or like the Y2K bringing back the juicy couture pink tracksuits. But we had some good styling for the PR videos.
Keiko had a tracksuit. Keiko had a pink heart tracksuit.
And it was so good. Literally, it stole my heart, so it did the job.
Actually, do you know what I do appreciate that Y2K is bringing back? Better sunglasses, like country sunglasses.
No, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I'm just glad we moved past the phase of like 2010 sunglasses. That was the worst. I don't know if I truly don't really remember any PR videos that like stood out to me, especially besides the fashion.
Yeah, boring PR videos.
Yeah, it was kind of like a not great batch of PR videos we've seen previously. Girls Eat. One of the twins eat in Girls Planet.
Liang Zhao ate a bitter leaf to
Yeah, we had
show that
Leaf.
she could handle a bitter lifetime.
And that stuck with me. And none of these have stuck with me in the same way. But you know what? That's okay, because I was generally impressed by the quality of the what's it called? Like the evaluation performances.
Oh, there were also blinking contest and PR videos where two girls both had a mini donut attached to fishing line on their hat and they had to eat them competitively. I did not watch either of those.
I did not watch either of those either. Sorry to these ladies. The subbing on YouTube hasn't been great.
Kind of openly hostile international experience.
Oh, we can't vote.
We can't vote. It takes watching is like limited, like time limited.
Yeah. It's very I'm not participating in this process as much as I would love to be participating in this process, but that's probably better for my mental health.
Perhaps. Okay. Soar,
Or
the actual performances.
I was fairly impressed by the quality. I don't know if I'll say I enjoyed most of the performances. And even the ones that weren't like
Good.
super, yeah, like super, no one was showing off particular idol talents. I was still like, oh, well, there's like memorable things about these performances that will stick with me, which I appreciated. I feel like that helped me get to know the girls and helped me get to know, I mean, their strengths in some ways. Like we had the ballerina group do like kind of a ballet song.
Like some of them like nothing to write home about, but it was very rare in this one that I'm like, oof, ooh, like that this type of emotional landscape.
I agree. In both episodes, this was the case, I felt.
Something that I noticed for both of us is that we both had a few people who were keeping our eye on pre-show before we even knew about anyone's talent levels.
Mm-hmm.
And nearly every single one of these people slayed.
I was really happy.
Kind of a great feeling.
Love it when I can pick out a good apple from the bunch just based on glance.
I'm like, is my producer career ready to start?
Literally, I'm the next Simon Cowell. I guess speaking of performances, do we want to just go down the list of like?
Yeah, I think so.
So the first YouTube performance to be uploaded was the Twice One More Time song performed by the group Pocket Princess, consisting of Nonaka Okabe, Sakura Kitazume, Mayu Takagi, Ayaka Hosoi, Meika Motohashi. And I am saying that like their first name first and then their family name second because that's how Wikipedia has
Yeah.
it listed. So this one didn't necessarily like stand out too
Mhm.
much to me. I thought that the most interesting part of this whole performance was like Mayu's storyline as the lowest ranked member redeeming herself.
Yeah, I agree that, like, it's sort of redeeming yourself, but, like, is F to D a redemption?
You got me there. But I feel like it instilled hope, and I'm curious to see if her popularity goes up from like I feel like it has to, right? Because all screen time is
I think
good
it
screen
specifically
time.
has.
Yeah. And like no other girl from this group really got that storyline. I thought the most successful performer who stood out the most to me was Sakura Kitazume,
Literally, I was about to say Sakura.
but the other girls didn't necessarily bring it for me. I also am not familiar with this Twice song, so I didn't have that reference going in to
I've
the
listened
performance.
to most Twice songs. I didn't know this one.
Well, maybe it was like an original Japanese one. I don't know.
No, it definitely was an original one. I'm saying, like, maybe it wasn't one of the hits, is what I'm saying.
A B side, as they
Oh,
say.
I don't know about that, but possibly. Let me think.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm using that term correctly.
No, you
Listen,
are.
B side is just not title track, right? Learning. See, there's a lot of like we're learning both Korean idol lingo and Japanese idol lingo in this show. But
Trying to capitalize on this sort of Korean formula, but for the Japanese audience.
yeah, but I mean I think that's true. I just have like this image of a Japanese idol built in my head that is so not I mean, I guess it's just different from a K-pop
No,
idol,
totally.
right? Like I think of like bouncy choreography and like floofy skirts and stuff, whereas K-pop is more like tight shirt, tight shorts, like shoulder rolls and like like you know what I'm saying?
It's sort of like the difference between even though this is still a Japanese group, like XG and like AKB.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting to see how this show does both. And I think even though it's doing both, there's different like ways to measure like they're looking for different things in each different concept. Like I don't know how to say it, but I guess they're just like measuring on two different scales while competing on the same show because some performers are doing like these K-pop songs, some performers are doing like these super idol songs.
Definitely.
The next group was the group who performed Tsukito Iwasitai by IZ*ONE, and the group was called Cool Girls, comprised of Rin Aita, Ryoi Kawa, Nana Okamura, Haruka Sakuraba, Mika Shinzawa, and Ayane Takami.
As soon as Ayane hit that note, it was her song. Nana was passable as well. However, this was Ayane's screen time. It's for her.
This was Ayane's moment. Ayane, complete and insane vocal slayage. She reminds me, like, the thing was, she was like hiding behind her hair the whole performance because it was so long and so in her face, and she was wearing that headband that wasn't pulling it back at all. But even though she kind of has like the demeanor of like shy girl who sits at the back of class, she was like hitting those notes. She was completely like confident in her voice, and I love to see that. She was not holding back at all.
Kind of amazing to see the dichotomy of first she's like, "Oh wow," and then she's like crying and shaking like a little dog about to throw up.
Completely. Oh my god, when they like started actually talking to her, she was so nervous.
No, I love that. I love her. Top 3 immediately.
She's so cool to me. I would love to say anything about any of the other girls, but
I would love to, but Ayane was in there.
yeah. So she was like a complete and deserved
Yes,
A rank to me. Would not change those rankings.
but not.
The next team is the team comprised of the youngest members, Team Maknae.
Yes.
They performed Sakai no Owari's song, Habit. The two Maknae members are Nagomi Abe and Hina Takahashi. What I liked about this performance is that they highlighted that they created the choreography by themselves.
Yes.
And I thought they did like a really good job at creating the choreography, and it was really fun. They involved props. I love a prop, and it felt, it quite felt like like a play performance
Yes.
with the desks, but it like told a story outside of just the song, which I thought was cool.
Yes. I will say, to me, I thought both their performances were very solid and I thought they were very talented. However, in this performance, they also came off as a little too young, especially Hina.
Yeah, I believe they both ranked as C, and that felt very fair to me.
Mm-hmm.
I also felt like one didn't outshine the other. Like I do think Hina kind of came off as younger,
Mm-hmm. She is.
but and I thought that they did like just a solid performance, especially considering they came up with the choreography. I wonder how many other girls came up with their choreography that I just don't know about.
Yeah, that's true.
Next on the
Mhm.
list, unless you have anything else to
No,
say.
no.
So the group with the center is next, and they performed Spicy by aespa. Their group was called Wing Bell Moon. It is comprised of Miyu Sakurai, the center, Hazuki Hidaka, and Suzu Yamamoto.
You know, okay, part of the narrative of this is like, oh my god, Miyu was almost in New Jeans, but she didn't get there, and now she's here. Well, here's the thing. When they were like in Girls Planet, when they're like, Chaehyun was almost in aespa, and they're successful, that meant something because everyone in aespa can sing. But when I think of New Jeans strength, I don't think of necessarily like their vocal or dancing skills. I think of their production.
Yeah, their vibe.
So knowing that she was almost in New Jeans didn't necessarily like improve her mental state. What did was seeing her performance because she can sing.
Yeah, she can sing. Like when she was hitting the chorus notes, those high notes, I was really impressed with her. I know Suzu was also doing really well, but I did feel like Miyu had more oomph.
I agree. I found
to her vocals.
that Suzu was, I think she's solid, she has the foundations, but she wasn't really, she could have gave me more.
Yeah. I was very surprised to see Suzu's popularity. I think it's justified. I understand why she's popular, and I respect it. And I think it makes sense, and I hope to see more of her, because I don't think this was necessarily a song that plays to Suzu's strengths.
I agree. Because, like, I feel like it's not the vibe that she would want to inhabit to have her full strength as a performer.
It's just not a Bob Girl song. Let's say it like it is. She's a Bob Girl, and it's not a Bob Girl song.
No, it is a Bob Girl song if your Bob is, like, sharp.
Yeah.
If you have, like,
okay. You got
like
me.
a very sharp bang and a sharp, like, edge.
But she's got that soft, fluffy. Yeah, she's got to get on them.
Yeah, she doesn't have a...
She has one song.
Have an aespa bob. She has a nice own bob.
Literally. Jumping from aespa to ITZY.
Oh my god.
The group Blue Spring performed Wannabe, and they were a big group. They had a lot of members. Mimi Ueki, Suzumi Ebihara, Rena Suzuki, Nana Tabata, Shion Mogi, Misaki Yamaguchi.
Can I just say, it's crazy to hear someone who can sing an ITZY song.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. And the fact that she proved it in this song was impressive.
The person who isn't Suzumi, who I pass is Shion.
Interesting. She is top of my notes as well. What my note specifically was that she is extremely J-pop to me, especially with her smile. I felt like she had a very, like, cheery, bright smile that wasn't necessarily matching this. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of matches Wannabe. I think Wannabe can go in a lot of different concepts. But for me, Shion was just like a J-pop idol. I looked at her and I'm like, yeah, this is a J-pop idol.
Yeah, I just thought she had I thought she had like the most passable like talent base in comparison. I mean, other than obviously Suzumi is the person who obviously they want Suzumi to debut for
good reason, frankly. I thought Suzumi was really good and deserved that A.
Yeah.
Deserved that number 1 spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also liked Mimi in the performance. She stood out to me. She was wearing the blue top.
Yes.
She only had like one line though. So it wasn't enough to be like hit or miss, you know? She didn't give me enough because she didn't have the opportunity to give me enough.
Okay, you know that when that group like walked up with their backstory and walked up with like pictures of them playing in the sea that they all went to debut together, and the fact that that will never happen.
Never, not in a million years. So sad, but
So sad.
so the song by the host by
Yes.
Miss Kayla
Kayla's song,
was called
the Swan one.
Butterfly. Yeah, the group is called Swans. The song is called Butterfly, and the group is comprised of Yuka Aoki, Sarah Ota, and Natsuho Sugai. And I was like, okay, we got the ballerinas doing the ballet-ish songs, looking like ballerinas. I get it.
I feel like in every single one of these shows that I've watched for like the past 5 shows, they will have someone come in who is like specifically underprepared to botch someone's song in front of them.
That's kind of
Think
true.
this way. In Queendom, they had that girl who is okay at sing Taeyeon's song in front of her. They had those boys flop Lee Ho-taek's song in front of him. They had
Yeah, I felt for Helicopter, Girls Planet, it was just like an evil edit setup, but I do think that that's kind of like a flop in itself.
Yeah, like
right?
it's a little
Miss
different.
Rhianning was getting but it's still like played for the drama, I guess. I will say in Swans, in this group specifically, no one's vocals were there. I mean, another trend that I see in these shows is people getting like, okay, let's get some ballerinas on here, let's get some hip hop dancers on here, but they don't have any vocal training. Or let's get an indie girl singer who has no dance training. Like, they don't get people who are necessarily prepared in every skill, but they're like, we gotta fill the roster somehow.
Yeah.
So I will say in this group, I liked Natsuho. I feel like I connected with Natsuho as a performer the most. I just liked her energy, I guess. They were hitting the notes pretty okay, some of them. There just was like no stability. And I think that comes with like, oh yeah, you're used to dancing, but you're not used to singing while dancing.
I'm like, have they even been taught how to properly breathe while singing and dancing?
I respect girls that are like, yeah, I'm gonna come on this program and learn the skills here, but like the first 2 episodes are gonna be rough for you, girl. The next group named themselves Beginners, which I think is just setting yourself off on the wrong foot, but they performed Kepler's Wing Wing. So we got Joa Aramaki, Kano Kurihara, Sai Kobayashi, Aoi Nakamura, Mihayo Akimoto.
I only have comments on 2 members.
Okay.
I thought Muramasa Sai was solid all-rounder. Like, she could have had a little more stability in parts, but I thought, to me, she was the best carrying this performance.
You're so right. Her name is Mura something Sai. Wikipedia lied to me.
I thought she's Muramasa Sai. Let me hold up.
No, I think you're right. I think it's just like, oh my god, no, you are thinking of Produce 48.
Fuck. Hold up. Sai.
That is so funny.
Well,
listen, we're veterans in the space, okay? That's what that proves. Yeah, you're thinking of the like HKT dancer.
I know, I meant Kobayashi Sai. Oh my god. Anyways, here's the thing. What did they give Joa that B for?
I will say, yeah, like if I was giving anyone in this group a B, it would be Sai. And well, here's why. Okay, I don't think that Joa necessarily did poorly. I do think Sai did stronger. Her voice was pretty good. She had like one kind of missed note, but I felt she had the most stage presence. She was consistent in her dancing, and for the most part consistent in her voice. I felt like Joa was really struggling with her vocals, and she was like struggling with like her facial control for me, I guess it felt like. So I didn't understand why she was the member who got a B.
I'm curious about it.
We'll
it feels very random after watching the performance. I don't feel like I connected with her.
No, neither did I. She was one of the performers who I was like, oh my god, it feels like I'm watching a high school student do this right now. Like, it feels like I'm watching a high schooler go on stage and be on TV in front of a camera for the first time, and it's uncomfortable for both of us. But she can dance. I'll give her that. She can dance. The next performance was my favorite of the episode. I went back and watched it multiple times. God. And it might just be because I really like the song. It was the Automatic by Utada Hikaru group.
Right.
Their group was named Koto and Yui, very straightforward, with Yui Ando and Koto Tanaka.
Here's the thing. I thought overall, I actually did like this performance. It's just enough dance that it makes the singing unstable, but it's not enough that you're like, damn, best dancer, right?
Yeah, and I feel like that might be a problem with the genre of this song,
Mhm.
because it is like this slower, more like vocal heavy song, but like a little bit of a bass line to make you dance. I don't know. It didn't seem like a great performance pick for an idol necessarily.
Mhm.
That being said, like I said, it's my favorite performance. So.
I feel like either of these girls could be trained to be excellent.
Oh, completely. Completely.
Like they may be maybe a little bit unstable enough to be there right now, but I think either of them could do it.
Well, Koto was advertised as the dancer, right? And I felt like she did have a really good freestyle dance. Showcase, I felt like her helicopter was a little bit weak, but her freeze was pretty good. That was all of my 8th grade hip hop dance class lingo coming out.
I love that we have an expert on board.
We have an expert. I took like a week of hip hop dance. And I felt like Yui was also keeping up with dancing. And she had that one really, really strong moment in the song where she did like a really beautiful run, and her voice is like butter, like it's smooth, and then she'll start dancing again and it becomes unstable again. And then in her like solo showcase to the judges or whatever, I don't feel like she was definitely a little bit rough on the trying to show off her skills to them for a second time, which was unfortunate, but she proved to me in that one performance that she has something, and it's like enough for me to be like, no, okay, I'll root for you. And also I thought that she had really good isolations. Another dance term. The next group, another IZ*ONE song. We had Japanese version of Violetta performed by G Triangle. The Global Girls group comprised of Aruha Oda, Emi Oyanagi, and Amelie Sato. Can I just say, I think it's really funny, like, coming from Boys Planet, coming from Produce 48, they only have 3 global members, and one of them is, like, she just, like, lived abroad for a few years.
Yeah. Aruha can't sing, and it's okay.
I know. She's a great dancer. Oh my god, she's a fantastic dancer, but we have to look at the whole, when we're putting someone in A,
Yes.
right? We're saying that, oh my god, you're like
ready.
Pretty much debut ready. Like you're good to go. You get like to be in the most skilled group because you're expected to already know the fundamentals. That's the right word,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So to put Miss Aruha in Group A when she was not hitting those notes at all, I'm sorry, no one in this group was hitting the notes like they need to be. And I know IZ*ONE is hard to do that, but I was like, can we at least give her a B? Like, if we're giving Joa a B, can we give Aruha a B?
It was a little rough. I feel like with parts of these episodes, you can kind of feel them like putting their hopes in specific people that they're trying to push. I feel like based on the rankings so far, Aruha is like one of the only that I've seen paying like dividends and fan votes so far. Let me check that, just make sure I'm not making bullshit up. Okay, first rankings. Let me look at the first rankings. Oh my god.
She was ranked number 3, right? Okay, gotcha. So she was ranked 3 by the other members because she can really dance. And also they took visuals into consideration while they were doing those, which was interesting. Well, I will say that I know that Aruha got an A, and I know that Emi and Amelie got Ds. And I felt like giving them such drastically different rankings when they were all pretty
bad,
consistently struggling in the same way.
Yeah.
Was I didn't see the logic there, I guess.
Aruha's at 41.
Wow, like fan rank?
Yes, this is a current fan ranking. Yes, for week 2. Week 2.
Wow. Couldn't get her that high. We'll see.
I know. Koto's at 9.
Good for
I know,
Kojo.
I'm like crazy.
I like that.
Okay, what's up?
Oh, next group.
Yes.
Unless you have anything else to say about G Triangle.
I wish I could be patriotic. I
Um,
wish I could stand the girl from Indonesia.
I know.
But I can't.
I know. I love supporting immigrants, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's not happening this season. Okay. So our next performance
Yes.
was a Perfume song. We love
Oh my
Perfume.
God.
It was to Flash.
Yep.
And the team was Team Nana with Serena Sato and Kokona Sasaki. And the fact that this is the Kokona that they're going for.
Okay, can I just say, I have at this point seen thousands of teenagers dance and perform.
I love it.
cannot think of a performance in which I cannot think of a single performance among those thousands where someone showed less less emotion in body performance and voice.
Yeah, I felt like Miss Kokona is beautiful, right? Like she's tall, she's
Kind of getting the Minju.
elegant looking.
Kind of getting in the Minju edit, like, because they literally stop their performance to be like, "You're so innocent."
Yeah. She's very much giving. After this, she's going to invest in her model career. Also, I felt like Serena's performance was just stronger next to Kokona's.
Yeah, I agree. Because, like, maybe if I compared Serena to, I feel like Serena maybe looked a little better to me because she's next to Kokona. I don't know if it would hold up next to other groups, but I did find Serena to be somewhat better. Yes.
Just so I forgot that they were like, Kokona, you look so innocent. We just got your innocence through this performance, and that was such an interesting reading to me because I wonder what they saw to be like, oh, you're giving innocent. You're giving, I don't know, white dress. Like, what is their qualification for innocent there? But whatever. I'm not a judge. I can't vote.
I can't vote. We crucially cannot vote.
We are not controlling the means of production.
Means of girl production, girl mean of production. Some variation was almost a title for this. I don't know what to say.
No, we went the produce direction. And you know what? It's frankly really funny. When I told my roommate about that, he like burst out laughing.
Which one? Which one about our like produce?
Oh, I gave him the whole context of yeah.
Oh.
I was like, we named it Is It Fresh? The next performance was highly anticipated.
Yes.
I think we're moving to episode 2 now.
Woo-hoo.
But announced in episode 1. It was the Yoasobi idol performance.
Oh yeah.
By Team Rebloom, which I thought was a very smart name. Comprised of Momona Kasahara and Kokoro Kato. And I say this as a Cherry Bullet fan, but this was not deserving of 2 A's for me.
I found both these this performance to be passable, but not necessarily interesting in any way. Like their stage presence was clearly professional, like in some aspects, but like their vocal not there, and it's not like their dance is exceptional.
Yes, okay, so I will give them the benefit of the doubt in that I think this song was not. It's about idols, but I don't think it was ever meant to be performed as an idol song. I don't believe that Yoasobi does like choreographed dances ever. And to me, the singer like has such a powerful like. I don't know if she's necessarily belting the whole time, but you need a voice that's loud and projecting and like consistently full of. Your lungs are full of air consistently.
Yes.
And that in itself, like, is hard to dance to.
Yeah.
So I understand that they chose the song because it's like a really popular song. It's about being an idol, blah, blah, blah. They got to wear really cute outfits. But neither girl hit those high notes in a way that felt impactful and felt like it was falling flat to what the original song was. And out of the two, I do think Momona was stronger. But
yeah,
neither one. I would have given them both B's, I think.
Yeah, I think that's fair. There are also a few that were skipped that I don't know. We'll get them at some point.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I might not be doing this in order. You're so right. I moved from YouTube to my document. So we're going in order of my notes, which are probably not linear.
No problem.
But the next one on my list is the JO1 song Tiger
Yes.
by the group Eye Catcher, comprised of Ron Ishii, Aki Kikukawa, Arisa Shiwagaki, Momoka Takaba. Miss Momoka, your long last name.
Takabatake, I think.
Takabatake. Yes, you're right. Thank you. I really liked this performance.
Yeah. What is a state of things? What is the state of things in which I will look at a bunch of performances and the girl crush ones were the good ones? What is the state?
And I feel they didn't even like advertise it in the show that this was a good performance, but I felt like this was like one of the stronger ones.
Yeah, I think it was solid.
Ron 8, Arisa 8, Momoka 8. Like I was impressed.
Momoka.
These girls were
Momoka 8
completely. I love her low voice. I love it when we have an idol with a low voice.
I know, like also here's the thing. They gave her a kind of complicated edit, but I like that Momoka is getting screen time at all.
Yes, I agree. And I feel like her edit will be favorable for her in the end because she had that I can't remember who it was, but you know, the person who was in a dance.
Fujimoto Ayaka from Girls Planet.
Yes, Fujimoto Ayaka from Girls Planet was like she danced with Momoka or something. She trained with Momoka. So they got like kind of like a rivalry edit, but like Miss Ayaka was like, oh yeah, like she did not get any of that attention. It was all on Momoka.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting because Ayaka's the Girls Planet alum.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Ayaka flopped a little bit.
But we're not there
there
yet. We're not there yet. My final note on this is that I know I said Arisa 8, and I stand by that. I know her voice was not completely there, but to me, she had really good stage presence, and she was.
I agree. I think like she's unstable right now, but I really think she has the like chops to become a great vocalist with work.
Yeah, I can't remember where they put her. I think I would have probably given her a C, maybe a low B, but probably a C.
I feel like they gave everyone in here C's.
I think some of them got lower.
Ron got a B.
I think C was the. Oh, okay, gotcha. And Ron did really good, so I understand why she got a B. I probably would have bumped Momoka up there too.
Yeah. Momoka was so solid all around. Like I assumed she's literally just going to be like a good dancer who couldn't sing.
Yeah, but she was belting. She was hitting them
for real.
Hitting those notes.
Can I also something about all these in most shows, in most like idol shows I see, they have people struggling to hit like ranges that are way higher than theirs. But this is one only shows where people have to hit like ranges that are lower than what they're comfortable with. I don't know if this applies to this particular song.
Yeah.
Like this happened to a few songs, most notably the Atarashi Gakko.
Yeah, I do have comments about that one just cuz I feel like no, you're right that I feel like it was consistent through a couple other songs, and I do think there were other instances where performers like it would sometimes be too high, right? Like Idol, and I think that's probably a case of just like the girls not being able to pick their songs. But I do think for the Atarashi Gakko one, don't get me wrong, I literally love that song, and when I saw they were going to perform it, I was like, yes, let's go. But that song in particular like requires a character voice.
Yeah.
So we didn't necessarily get to see the performers actually do their best, most authentic performance necessarily, or show what their natural voice sounds like.
Yeah.
But it was still really good. But I mean, maybe should we just do that one right now?
Yeah, I'll say, like Keiko and to a lesser extent Renown, showed pretty impressive stability for singing something out of their range.
Yes. Agree.
And like I liked Bondo Fuka's energy, but like Keiko is a star. Don't get twisted.
I felt like they all knew what they were selling with this song, and they were all trying to embody that, but Keiko was the only one who like truly embodied it.
Literally, like Keiko must debut.
Keiko must debut. I don't think they want her.
No, they do not. They specifically do not. But the problem is she's your comedic relief.
Literally. And I love a comedic relief girl, and everybody loves a comedic relief girl, so she has more opportunities to prove herself, and I'm hoping that they give her that screen time.
Yes. Literally this song I had not really listened to Adarashi Gakko before this, but I really do like them now. So
Sold ya on
I
it.
know. What's next?
Okay. The group is called Lemon Squash that performed the song Influencer by Nogizaka 46.
Oh yes.
The group was Rin Uchiyama, Runa Kawagishi, Riko Kino, and Maho Shiromaru.
I would say that it was mid, but not unforgivable. I found Maho to be really solid, and I found whoever was 57 to be okay. I feel like this is one of the songs where even if I put it on like high pixels, like I cannot see people's names.
Mhm.
Hard
That's
to
fair.
see people's freaking names and their freaking numbers on their little. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree, and I think for this one, for me, the performance, everyone was like so consistent, and I felt like the song didn't necessarily give a lot of girls opportunities for like a solo moment. It was like a very J-pop song in that it felt like one unit, right?
Yes.
Like a lot of synchronized choreography, a lot of singing at the same time. But I felt like this was such a good example of like what I think of as a J-pop song, and I also thought this was a really good example of these people like functioned really well as a team.
Yes. I thought this was a solid team.
It just didn't necessarily stand out to me, and I think that's because of the song choice being like such a solid unit, which kind of backfired, but you know, like it was consistent, it was good, so can't be mad. The next song on the list is the Japanese version of Ives 11, performed by Fukuoka's Love, comprised of Karen Otsubo, Ryoki Tazato, Aiko Hamasaki, and Rimika Mizukami.
My comment that I wrote down here, and maybe it's a little harsh, but I wrote nothing worth picking up here.
Ooh. I enjoyed this one more than I should have, probably, I think. I don't know, I just thought they were all like really cute. I really like Rimika, I really liked her personality. She's like the ex-HKT member. Like, they were like, oh, are you sad that you were ranked so low because you were in HKT for so long? And she was like, no. Like, whatever. I'm just going to do better. And I was like, yes, Rimika! Like, I loved that. She did not necessarily slay in this performance, but, like, I love her anyway, just because her demeanor is so fun. I also thought Aiko was pretty good. She had the full pink dress, but, like, there was something in her performance that was, like, held back. I felt like she kind of has, like, that demure personality thing, I think, but, like, I sense a depth.
Very high voice. I like it though. I think she could succeed, but only in like a very like specific like kind of song area.
That makes sense.
Like I don't want to watch her do Blackpink if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I also believe that Rio is surprisingly popular.
Yes.
I don't
because like
yeah, like isn't she ranked like top?
Yes,
11
she's number 11 right now. Because like when I saw her, the thing I thought is like, oh, this is a J-pop idol.
Ooh, yeah, like her visual.
She looks like a J-pop idol.
Yeah, she does.
The bangs,
got those big ol' eyes, that round face. Yeah, the bangs.
It's honestly more than like 20% of it is just the way she styles her hair.
That's fair, but I will say she only stood out to me because of how she looks, and I know that's like a bummer when that happens, I guess. But I
rewatched it because when I saw it, I did also feel the way is what you said. I think she's a little more stable than the rest of the people in her group, but I would not necessarily say otherwise that she stands.
All right, fair. Yeah, we'll see. I'm putting my eggs in a Rimika basket. Rimika is my pick from this girl.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see how she does. The next group on my list is the twins. They performed E-Girls Follow Me, and their like team name was Twinkle, which I thought was really cute. So it's Kotone and Mikoto Nakamori. I don't know, what are they, like YouTubers, influencers, or something?
I think they're YouTubers. I feel like A is a little high because here's the thing. I appreciate because when they dance, they make huge movements and they commit on the vocals are not A. I feel like part of why they got A little bit, even though their vocals did not really deserve it, perhaps, was that they answered and comported themselves in ways that I think are really appealing audience.
Oh, interesting.
I also feel that both of them have, like, I would say 30% that Bibian thing where they look like they're being, like, held at gunpoint to do this performance, like, and to talk and smile. Like, a little bit.
No, you're kind of right on that. No, I see that. That is actually so funny. I feel like I can see why the judges gave them an A, but I feel like this plays into a little bit what I was saying earlier of, like, they're kind of, like, judging on two separate scales of, like, this J-pop scale and this K-pop scale where, like, these girls scream J-pop to me. Like, this is what I would expect from a J-pop performance. Like, the vocals were stable enough, and they were super in sync, and I felt like they were, like you said, like, big movements. And the energy was just like this. It's not trying to, like, hypnotize you with talent or anything. It's just like we're on stage and we're having fun. The thing that they said in Produce 48 when AKB was, like, having culture shock about all these K-pop idols was like, well, in Japan, it's more important to just, like, have fun with the audience. Your skills aren't as important as the fact that you're, like, bringing people joy and you're, like, recognizing that. And I felt like these girls were serving, like, cute. They were serving J-pop idol, I guess I'll say, because I can't think of a better way to say it.
I see it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you. It was long, rambled, but I wouldn't necessarily put either of them in, like, my top 11. I just feel like I respect that they both got A's. I don't know now that all of the girls are, like, going to be doing, you know, like, things together versus just the twins on the two of them. I don't know if they're going to, like, blend well with a larger group. I don't know if they're going to now be judged by, like, talents that they haven't shown off,
Like,
things that you see in K-pop more, you know.
can they work as well if they're not together? Maybe.
Yeah, true. You never know. The next group, their name that they gave them, I guess I don't know that they gave themselves this name, but it's Muse's Temptation, and they performed Cutie Honey by Kodakumi. The group is comprised of
so BB coded.
So BB coded. Okay, so their group is Emma Akiyama, Moe Kamada, Nano Kenmotsu, and Sayaka Furuhashi.
Nano was feeling herself.
Yeah, this was like fun to me, and I don't know, like, it was so good, but, like, was it? But, like, they were having fun, and I was having fun, I guess.
No, I was really feeling it. I would, like, maybe not 100% stable in all parts of the performance, but I was definitely having fun watching it, and I'd listen more in this concept.
Yes. My favorite performer was Sayaka, and I know she probably was the weakest in the group. She was the lowest ranked in her group, I guess. Her, like, energy stood out to me. I don't know. She kind of felt like the odd one out a little bit, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was vibing with it. And also, I feel like she kind of looks like Curly Gao. If you remember Curly Gao from
Yes.
the big winner of Chwing 2020.
I didn't even watch
yes,
it.
I feel like she looks like her.
I didn't even watch it, and I remember Curly Gao.
Curly Gao's an icon, but she was not built in like Curly Gao. So that's all I have to say on that group. It was fun. It was so BB coded. You're so right. The next group, Tall Legends, the team called High Queens.
Can I just say,
performed?
If you put them on mute, this is an all-time slay.
Oh my god, their vibe, their energy, their face.
Yes.
Their pantsuits.
Yes.
I loved them. I thought they were like, I want to root for them so bad. I know that Jueri Sano, one of the team members, she was the one in the black suit. I know her ranking is so low right now, and I'm like sad because I love her. Oh my god.
They were serving for real. If you put them on mute, this was a great performance.
I like them. I really like them.
I love it. They were.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
The judges were mad at this one though.
Yeah, but they like were feeling themselves, and I was feeling it.
I was feeling it.
Is this one of the ones where you said, like, if this was a lip sync if this was a lip sync for your life on RuPaul's Drag Race, like Double Shantay?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
We talked about. So the next one is Little Heroines performing Citrus by Da Ice. I think, or
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Honoka Slay.
and
Oh, go ahead.
oh my god, oh my god.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Coconut Slay. I was gonna list. Shizuka Ida, Coconut Nakano, Honoka Nakayama, Mitsuki Yamazaki, and Hana Yoshida. Miss Coconut. She's so
I was
good.
not expecting Coconut to be talented, but I love that she is.
Okay, listen. We got so much screen time of her having like 8-minute staring contests, which first off, that is insane. That is insane that she has that skill and that she had this opportunity to show it off. But after getting so much attention there and just like being in awe of this weirdly specific talent, well, she was also, mind you, she claimed the first ranked spot and then she was given the assignment of number 11, which is still really high. Like being ranked 11 out of these 100 girls, like you are in the debut thing. So it was like, oh my god, Coconut. So you didn't just like take this chair without any backup, right? Like you're not all bark no bite. But then she also had like this sort of like gracious but a little bit awkward demeanor of like people wanting to come up and look at the chair, and she'd like move out of the way and be like, yeah, I guess I'll just stay here, and like if you try to sit down, we're gonna have a staring contest. I just loved her, and the fact that she served so hard in this performance, her vocals, her like dance, like everything 10. I was thrilled.
Also, she's the only person with personal branding.
Oh yeah.
Go 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 Kana.
Go Coconut, and frankly, it's really good.
Okay, some of these girls were so freaking musical theater. This was honestly one of the best, most solid.
Oh, this whole team was good. I will say my other standout is Honoka, because Honoka was, well, first off, she was extremely musical theater, but she was belting. She was belting like nobody's business, and I admire that. She slayed.
This would be passable.
And I loved their little ascots.
Yes, I loved it. This would be passable as a debuted group.
Oh, completely. Next. So we have another, the group, this song is called Fukoan, I don't know how to say that, I'm so sorry, by Sakurazaka 46, so I'm assuming that these group names with a 46 at the end are some sort of collective like AKB. This one I feel like has the same problem as the other 46 song, though, where it's, the girls performing it is Apple Mint with 4 members, Rikako Sekiguchi, Ranka Kawabata, Karin Tanabe.
This is a suit one.
And Miyu Tabuchi. This is the suit one. Okay. But yeah, I felt like they didn't necessarily stand out, but the dancing and timing was...
I found this one to be a huge gap in talent.
Oh, interesting.
It's also filmed, if this is indeed the suit one, it's also filmed 100 miles away. So
the suit one was filmed 100 miles away?
Well, it looks like it. Like, they never zoom in. I like the girl who's number 28, but sorry. Also, I will note that multiple girls already left the show. For instance, one of the girls who left the show is the one who had the terrible, terrible make foundation. Yes, I like number 28.
So then, I think I took notes on the wrong performance, so I don't know what I think. I don't know. No, I didn't. I remember this one. Okay, yeah, I thought this one was pretty mid, too.
I kind of see why they cut it, but...
It was sad that they cut it for the girls, because it wasn't like any of them flopped, but... Okay. The next performance is the Girls' Generation song, G. I'm so sorry. I literally know the song, but I don't know how to say it. I guess it's G.
Oh my girls and sunshine.
Yes, Miss Hatomena was eating it up. The other members were Airi Kato, Urara Seitani, and Anon Moro, but Miss Mena.
Can I just say?
Okay, you know what Miss Mena was giving? Miss Mena was giving in Girls Planet. You remember when Kim Do-ah did the opening to Yes or Yes?
No.
It's just like this, like, so, like, cartoony. She's like Betty Boop, but, like, not Betty Boop, because Betty Boop doesn't open her mouth, and Miss Mena is smiling so big. It's like a caricature, and I love it.
I can imagine Mena going into musical theater. Can I just say, I thought that Tani Seiya has a nice tone, but this is Mena's moment for me.
And Mena was ranked high, right? Did she get an A?
Yes. Well, probably. Because, like, okay, she gives the most insane intro ever, and then she belts G. She belts Girls' so Generation.
Good. She had to have gotten an A. Oh. It looks like she got a B.
She didn't dance.
But was Yeah, I guess that's true. I suppose that's true. But yeah, no, I thought that she ate this moment up and was like the only memeable thing to come out of these 2 episodes.
Yeah, I agree.
Put her on TikTok. The next performance is G-Idols or Idols. La Tata.
Yeah, La Tata.
La Tata. By the group Remember Me?
Okay.
Comprised of Miyu Kano, Honoka Kurakawa, Rino Sakaguchi, Tsukushi Sasaki, and Ayaka Fujimoto. I already know what you're gonna say. I'm gonna say it first. Tsukushi Complete Slayage.
Tsukushi main slayer, like unbelievable slay.
Oh my god. Oh my, like, I hate to say mothering. I don't know how old this girl is, but you know what, like, she was giving.
For real. I thought that Honoka slayed.
Yep, Honoka was my second top.
Unfortunately, Fujimoto Aika did not slay. Reno here was very mid, but the crazy thing is that she actually can sing, which is crazy. So, like, what was it? Tsukushi slayed.
The boob accessory was just weird to her. Tsukushi slayed, though. Tsukushi was the top performer. I saw this comment on Reddit that was like, Tsukushi's really good, but I can't imagine her in another concept. I'm going to challenge whoever made that comment. I can't imagine her in another concept. I just think the thing about Tsukushi's performance that makes it so powerful is that she's in this, like, girl crush, like, I'm a boss bitch concept, but you can tell she's having fun while she's performing, which I think is really impressive to do with this concept, and be able to sell it.
Yeah.
I think that Tsukushi, given the opportunity to do, like, a cute concept, will still be able to sell it completely. She just might not necessarily be having as much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll have to see how it plays out.
She can also sing.
Literally.
I feel like her voice would look really good next to Ayane's.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I want them to be in a group together. So they both do that like sort of vocal tone.
I'll have to see it to believe it.
Honoka slayed.
But no. Yeah, Honoka also slayed. Honoka was giving the concept, she was giving vocals. I was impressed by Honoka.
Any of the girls named Honoka so far could debut and I'd be okay.
Literally, I felt like both Honokas in the show were, like, killing it. Next group is called DD Crash, and they sang Chase the Chance by Namie Amuro. This was comprised of Sakura Sudo, Miyu Matsushita, and Ayano Yoshida. This is also the last group.
I think so. Let me think. Okay, for a dance group, this was not the worst singing.
No, I enjoyed this performance.
I find Miyu to be pretty stable, but I had the feeling that if you put her in any other song, her tone is going to be unlistenable.
Oh no!
Obviously, I love Sakura. Sakura's hobby is going around in her car looking around for UFOs. That's great. To me, Ayano is a sleeper hit here.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Say more.
I feel like in these shows, this is one of the ones where people are singing a little below their range. So it's a little more impressive to me that they're able to be stable outside of their range. At first, like, I wasn't paying attention to Ayano in this performance, but I think she is a very solid, like, stable line in this performance.
Okay.
Sakura's
that makes sense.
Tone maybe isn't 100%, but I like her, and I think she has a stronger vocal capability than I would have assumed from this being the dancer group.
I agree there. I really enjoyed Sakura's performance. I was really happy that she got an A because I knew that, like, they could have totally justified, like, a B, because you're right? Like, her voice wasn't necessarily as powerful as some of the other A group members, but you know what? It was more powerful than some of the others. But her energy was so good. Like, her smile was so big, and I literally just want to watch her perform all day because she was just so, like, excited to be there, and it made me happy to watch her.
Tell me why they had those hats for 10 seconds and then got rid of them.
I know. Didn't even do anything with the hats.
I know. I'm like, can you wear them?
Well, we all saw how Ju got treated in Queendom.
Yeah.
Puzzle. God, we've seen too many of these shows.
Maybe it's like our purgatory, our internal curse.
Perhaps. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the group battles. I love that we're bringing back Fiesta IZ*ONE for a group battle, even though we saw how that went last time.
I hope someone has it in their range.
Right.
Let me see if we go through and see if anyone we didn't see. Okay, pull up. I feel like there's a group called Any who did We Are mid but passable. Let me think. I don't know if we talked about them.
Oh, yeah.
Kara.
What?
Kara's Go Go.
Oh, yeah. Cars go.
Nothing.
You're right.
I said that nothing particularly interested or like no one crazy talented. Nothing.
Yeah, they all got
performance.
D's, so I wasn't impressed by this one. Oh, did we do Bluebird? We didn't do the Miss Japan representatives, did
Oh
we?
no, we didn't. Hold up. One sec. Yes.
Chiharu Ando and Mana Koyama they named themselves Miss Japan representatives for very obvious reasons.
I think Mana is so beautiful. I wish I could compliment this performance.
Yeah, this one did not stand out to me.
Here's the thing. Mana has a face where she looks like she is a Broadway starlet, but she can't sing.
She's so beautiful, you're right. Well,
Go women.
go women.
We should say our top 11.
Oh my god, that's right.
First let me read the top 11 rankings so far.
Okay.
Number 1 is Kokoro. This is as of the week 2. This isn't week 1. So number 1 is Kokoro.
Okay.
Number 2 is Momona. Number 3 is Yamamoto Suzu. Number 4.
Okay, Suzu's number 3. She was number 1.
Yes.
Interesting.
Number 4 is Sakurai Miu.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Ebihara Suzumi.
I want her to be higher, but okay.
Number 6 is Sasaki Kokona. If you're like, who's that? That's Minju.
That's not the Kokona that I want.
I know. Number 7, Ishiran.
Slay.
Number 8 is Kemotsu Nano. She was in
her.
BB. She was really feeling herself.
Oh, okay. Well,
Number 9 is Tanaka Koto.
love Koto.
Number 10 is Takami Ayane.
Deserved.
Number 11 is Kitazato Rito. Kitazato Rio.
Okay, yeah, she's the J-pop.
My bonus, I'm going to tell you 12 and 13 because it's Shimizu Keiko and Nakano Kokomo.
Oh, we're close.
Literally so close.
We're so close, you
We're
guys.
literally so close.
Okay, we're almost
winning. We're almost there. Why don't we both give our 11s and then go, etc.
Okay, I love it. My number 11, who I don't think we actually did we mention her? No, okay, so I don't think we mentioned her, but my number 11 is Yoshida Hana, who was in the Citrus performance with Kokona and Honoka.
I remember her. Slightly deep voice. I liked her.
Yes, I like her slightly deep voice, and in her PR video, she like put a penguin on her face and then like stood up while bouncing. I like her vibe. I thought she was really good in the performance. It's my number 11.
My 11. It feels really lame to have the center in my top 11, but it is Sakurai Miu.
I mean, I respect it. She
can sing.
I'm not an aespa fan necessarily, but I felt like she ate that song. So
Yeah.
My number 10 is Nakayama Honoka, who was belting in the Citrus.
Yes, the musical theater Honoka. My 10 is Nakano Kokona.
Wow. Kokona is lower than I thought she would be.
Maybe I'll kick her up higher.
Perhaps. We've got time.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Sakurai Miu. It's lame to have the center on my top 11, but she was good and whatever.
My number 9 is Pseudo Sakura.
Oh yeah, Pseudo Sakura is iconic, so I want to see more of her big ol' smile.
I agree.
My number 8 is Sasaki Tsukushi.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel no need to explain myself further.
Mine is Kobayashi Sae.
Oh yeah. She's cute.
She also had underratedly cute fashion in her PR video.
She was part of the Barbie troupe. My number 7 is Takami Ayane, and frankly, I'm looking at this list and I'm like, she should be higher, but she's at my number 7 right now.
Oh my god, that's low.
I know.
That's where I have Kurokawa Honoka.
Okay, yeah, the other Honoka.
Mm-hmm.
My number 6 is Ando Yui. I just really believe in her.
I love that for you. You're gonna say this is low, but I think it's just the right place. It's Ebihara Suzumi.
I do think it's low. She's like got such a good voice, bro.
I have other vocals above her.
Okay, fine. It's fine. My number 5 is Nanako Kokona. Kokona. But I really like her. She probably should also be higher on my list. I wrote this list a few days ago, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had time to bake.
My heart moves in time. I get it. My number 5 is Hatamena.
Deserved. She's not on my list, but she should be.
Maybe next week.
My number 4 is Kobayashi Sai.
Love that for you.
Yeah. I vibed with her.
My
A beginner who I can support. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I know I love rooting for an underdog, and I felt like she was a robbed queen because Joa got the B and she got the C.
That's true. For my number 4, I have Sasaki Tsukushi.
Yeah, that's probably. Dang, I'm like looking at this list and I'm gonna put all my girls higher. I'm like, can you all be number 4 and above?
I know. I'm like, it doesn't feel right to rate Kokona low.
I know. Oh, okay. My number 3 is Ebihara Suzumi.
Deserved.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Takami Ayane.
Deserved. Frankly, I'm surprised she's not number 1. Well, no, I'm not. But
I mean, if the other 2 weren't there, she would be. So think about that.
no, I get it. I get it. Oh my god. And we still, it's still so early. So much can still change. You know what I'm saying?
I already know that first elimination, I'm losing like a portion of my list, but
I don't know. I feel like we're getting. I'm feeling Lady Luck on our side. I feel like we've been doing good at choosing.
I mostly agree.
Girls lately.
But my Honoka and Kobayashi Sae are in like the 80s.
Oh yeah, okay. No, not Sae. She's my number 4. My number 2 is Takabatake Momoka.
Slay. Deserved. Slay.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Shimizu Keiko.
That's so funny because my number 1 is Shimizu Keiko.
That's so funny because my number 1 is Takabatake Momoka.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy.
Oh my god.
Because if you look at the lineup for my group, it's like quirky girl crush.
Ooh, interesting. I haven't even like come up with a concept for all my girls yet.
It's like
but I do really like that.
If you look at Momoka, Keiko, Tsukushi, and like Kokona, it's like it's not traditional J-pop.
No.
And I feel happy because I feel that everyone can at least hold a note. Because I realize the importance of you can't just have like one main vocal, and you can't honestly have only a third of the group main vocal. Because like how much of your song needs to be listenable? Because I listened to Zero Base One's new song, and the song itself is good because it samples Take On Me, which not all of it is listenable if you listen to the voices. And I'm not trying to be a hater because you know that I love
Kim Joo,
yes,
Jungha.
but I'm like we need a like the portion of it should not be like we need 2 vocals and 9 personality. You need 9 personality. You need 9 vocals.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like I'm definitely in the boat of like, I understand that we're prioritizing dance and a lot of different music genres right now, but something super wise that you once told me is that I listen to this music on Spotify. I'm not watching the video.
You're not watching the video on mute.
Yeah, like I want to be listening to this while I go about my day. I'm driving and I need something to drive to work with, right? Like
I want to
if I'm about this group, let me carry it with me through the day.
Because like also I'm like, I mean, maybe other people do this differently, and this is not a knock, but like when you experience these groups, are you like looking at pictures of them on Instagram? Are you? And I know that some people do like look at them on Instagram or watch their like YouTube videos more, but I experience songs more, so I'm going to prioritize the actual music.
No, I agree. I allow myself one K-pop or J-pop poster in my room at all times.
What's right now?
Eunbi's Lethality album.
Respectable.
It's the one where she looks cunty against a white background with the long black gloves.
Literally, what else?
Okay, so my question for you, granted we just said you can't just have one main vocal, is in your lineup, who would your main vocal be? Because I feel like we got a lot of good candidates.
Let me think. Okay, because like the people in the running in mine are, I don't think it's Miu. It's really in between Ayane, Mena, and Suzumi. Sorry. I feel like I know that Ayane is like has a really beautiful voice, but I feel like you have to choose Mena or Suzumi. Like I feel like it's sort of like Hai-chan, right? Hai-chan from NCT. Hai-chan. He has He has a beautiful voice, but it's very specific, right?
Yeah.
That's
how I felt about Nako and Hitomi and I.
So like they're not going to have like some main vocals have 30% of a song, right? If it's like that, then I probably would go Suzumi just because her.
For my list, my candidates would be Suzumi, Ayane, and controversial Ando Yui. I don't think Ando Yui would win because she's not got that background yet, but like I believe in her. I'm saying I believe in her, you guys, and that one run in automatic really changed my life. But I do think I'd probably choose Ayane for mine, but that is on the condition of like we're using her strategically. We're not giving her, because at the same time, and I think you're kind of saying this, is she, like I was complaining about Keiko using a character voice. I feel like Ayane's voice is almost a character voice. It's just like a character, it's like so stylized. And I don't know how to describe that style, but it's so, like she'll add her own flourish to everything.
Yes.
So we have to use that strategically in my group if she's the main vocal. But I feel like Jo Yuri was also like, I know I compare everything to IZ*ONE, but I feel like Jo Yuri was giving.
I don't know when I want to do this in our process of this podcast, but I think it'd be really fun to make our like concept of what we would want our top 11 to be.
Oh, I figured that we were gonna do that because that is like one of the most fun parts.
Playing producer is the most fun part.
I love playing producer. Hire me for your music video.
I'm excited. Like I want this group could have, because they kind of don't have a predecessor, they really could do anything. Like,
oh yeah,
so
that's
I'm
true.
really excited to see where it goes. The thing is, with these sort of shows, I feel like I always sort of put my clown hat on here because very often that these shows don't have good music coming out of them after. I think they have an opportunity to try something interesting here.
I agree. And I feel like there's a lot of like different directions that they could go. So no, I think you're completely right.
Yay.
We'll see. Maybe we'll just get another generic idol group, AKB48.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. And thank you anyone for listening.
Yay! Thank you for spending time with me and talking to me about your thoughts about the show. I'm so excited to watch and talk about the rest.